I know when I make this video, I'm going to be stepping on a lot of toes, and quite frankly, I don't care if I get attacked by a bunch of SJW wannabes these days. And quite frankly, I don't give a shit if I get attacked by Ubisoft, okay? Because I know a lot of people are aware that Ubisoft has made it known that any harassment towards the developers of the game, they're going to file a lawsuit. But this is not going to be that. I'm not going to be harassing anyone. I'm going to be giving my honest take on the game. I wanted to wait about a week to give my initial thoughts on this because I was not impressed by it on day one, okay? And for those of you who are questioning it, yes, I actually do own the game, okay? All right, see that? I actually do own the game. I have actually played the game. I'm I have made it well into the game as well. So I have I haven't beaten it yet, but I am far enough and it's been long enough within the timeline where I can officially talk about this, okay? This has to be the most fucking frustrating Assassin's Creed game Ubisoft has ever made. Okay? I have played almost every single Assassin's Creed game in existence. Okay? From the horrible buggy, rushed that is Assassin's Creed Unity to even the most lame as overplayed story-driven game that is Valhalla. All right? But this makes those games look good in comparison. I have no godly idea what the developers were doing when they made this. I can guarantee you what I'm going to go into, you're going to get a good idea on the state of Ubisoft and the hellfire they're going to go through. Now, what do I mean when I say frustrating? The game has bugs when I say bugs, they ruin your experience. The one I can clearly state is the AIs for the enemies. I have, for over a dozen times, when I am infiltrating a castle and killing a guard, I have had to spend 5 tries killing the same guard twice because he falls down, he gets assassinated, and he comes right back up. That is bug number 1. Bug number 2 is whoever the fuck wanted the whole sliding down, like, sort of angled platforms needs to be fired. Because it is so buggy that I glitch into places that I'm actually trapped and I'm stuck in the sliding animation. All right? That it's almost unplayable. Hell, there was one time where I was coming across a road in the game and it has a road and then it has like another way in. And when I accidentally went over into the corner of that triangle where they cross in, I started slipping. I started going to the slipping animation indefinitely. I was stuck. All right? And it was a flat surface. I had to restart the game in hopes that it didn't save at that point. Otherwise, I would be taking the game back. Now, there is some good, I will admit this, there are some good stuff in this game, but that is overshadowed by the bad. All right? I will, it's, I know it comes to to not a surprise to a lot of people, considering, graphical errors in a Ubisoft game. Or massive amount of bugs in a Ubisoft game. That's par for the course for this title. But there's been so much controversy surfing around this game that it just makes the company and anyone who is behind this game look sad and pathetic. This game has already had a lot of controversy surrounding it and how the company is treating its customers like this. Okay? That's on the technical issues with this game, okay? The story and the history and the culture is what you would expect. All of our greatest fears that Ubisoft tried to do, they put it in this game. So you thought, it's going to be woke? You're right. It is. Okay? I thought the saving grace for this title would be the female ninja, the female shinobi. But even she is poorly written. Anyone who is on Twitter or Facebook or even YouTube saying this game is woke and has had a lot of woke backings to this and it's just going to ruin the game, all of those are true. All right? But that's only half the issue. The other half is what I explained before. All right? This game is so frustratingly bad that it has now become a chore just to beat it. I spent money on this, hoping it would be somewhat good. Now I'm trying to get my money's worth. And I have played a lot of Japanese main games. The problem is this was not made by Japanese people. This was made by a bunch of liberal white French people who think they know Japanese culture. It isn't like the Yakuza / Like a Dragon series that was made by a Japanese company for Japanese people and then given to the West so that the West could enjoy it. Like, I guarantee you, I have played all of the Yakuza games, okay? I have collection upon collection of almost every single Yakuza title or Yakuza / Like a Dragon, okay? All of them, okay? All of them. Even the most worst one, Dead Souls for the PS3. Okay? Yes, it's taken in a fictional world, in a fictional time like what Japan is, but they're more closely related to Japanese culture than whatever the hell Ubisoft is doing. But if you wanted it to play in ancient, but like Japan in the past, Like a Dragon Inchin is much more close to the historical timeline than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Okay? Yes, it's later down the timeline than the Sengoku era of Japan, but you know what's great about this game? There's no black people in it. Okay? So there's no fucking way the developers can try to input some black person in it, and they have no justification. Sure, they're going to complain about why there's no black people in Like a Dragon Inchin, because there were no black people at that time who actually entered the country during it. All right? You got to understand. Also, it makes sense because I just recently watched Gaijin Guba explain how after the Sengoku Wars, under the rule of Ieyasu Tokugawa, where Japan basically cut off Japan from the rest of the world. So there was not that many foreigners coming in. Which is why Rise of the Ronin is also another Japanese game made by a Japanese company, produced by the Japanese for the Japanese, given to the West. Is also another game that is close to the timeline for Japanese history than Assassin's Creed Shadows. All right? Even go further, Ghost of Tsushima is another title. All right? Made by a Japanese company for Japanese, about Japanese history, and given to the West so that they can enjoy it too. In all my years of gaming, I've never played a Japanese game made by the Japanese that has been so bad. I would let me tell you something. As bad as Yakuza Dead Soul was, I still want to play that. I still think that's a good game compared to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Okay? So for anyone who wants to buy Assassin's Creed Shadows, wants to buy this, should you? My advice is, if you just want to experience the good parts of it, don't pay full price for it. Wait until it's on sale at a very low price, or if it's out for free. If you like Game Pass, or it's Game Pass or Humble Bundle or PS Plus, get the game. The reason why I want to bring this rant up is over the course of the past week, I have seen on social media where these paid accounts, okay, are hyping up this game to be the biggest game of the year, or the biggest Assassin's Creed game of the year, which is not even close to that, because I'm pretty sure Black Flag is still a much more favorable game, and that game's that game's old. It's like almost 10 years old now. And people are saying, tell us the truth. What are the real numbers? And Ubisoft won't do it. In fact, there is an account that it says Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't know. It's not fully aware if it's officially owned by Ubisoft or it's a fan account. But if it's an officially owned Ubisoft, whoever is in charge of that account needs to be fired. Okay? Because usually when corporations have social media accounts, they're supposed to remain professional and only use it for announcements. Whoever is in charge of this account at this time is trying to make clackbacks, replying and reposting about other people's negative take on the game. Okay? And the way you see their posting is, okay, someone is in charge of that, actually using this to somehow clap back. And it's just making them look more pathetic. It's making less and less people not buy the game, okay? There are other titles that are based in Japan that are selling more than Assassin's Creed Shadows. It says they have 2 million players. They don't tell you how many copies have sold, which is a very interesting point. If they won't tell us by the end of this year, something's up. They know they failed. Quite frankly, guys, I wanted to, funny enough, before I made this video, I had to eat some comfort food because I felt so frustrated by this game. In fact, the only reason I kept playing it was because it was the only new thing out until today. There's a new game that came out today, and I'm going to be playing it after I get done with this video. But guys, this is, again, the people behind this game spent more time on trying to rewrite another country's history to suit their narrative. They spent more time doing that than actually making a good game. Okay? There was so many ways they can make this game great, but they chose not to because of reasons. Assassin's Creed fans have been waiting for a decade for Assassin's Creed game based in Japan, and they come up with this slop. All right? The only closest thing we had was Ghost of Tsushima. And then the other thing after that was Rise of the Ronin. These are more Assassin's Creed in Japan-like than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Quite frankly, I don't know where if I were the Japanese government, I would be starting to look into any Western company, video game development company, or anything outside of Japan on revoking permission to use anything Japanese related. I would. Ubisoft has once again ruined a lot for the gaming community after this. All right? And it's just hard to see. It's hard to watch and hard to see. Anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think and comment below, okay? And if you like this video, please leave a like. Please leave a like, comment just to tell me what you think. Share this video so that more people can get this kind of experience. And if you can, and if you want to, please subscribe. Subscribing really helps the channel grow, and it helps motivate me to put more videos out and talk about either stuff like this. And I'm hoping that I'm able to talk a lot of positive stuff. And with that said, guys, I will see you all next time, because I'm going to go play Kassan, the First Berserker, and have some real fun. Okay? So all my fellow gamers out there, be safe, stay positive, and fuck Ubisoft. And fuck all you bleeding heart liberal game developers out there. Just fuck off.